Hi, my name is Isaiah Roberts, and today I'll be presenting on chronic traumatic encephalopathy, or otherwise more commonly known as CTE. And so the first question is, what is CTE exactly? So CTE is a brain disease that is linked with a history of repetitive brain trauma, and it is found. The only way it is diagnosed is by a dissection done on the brain to examine the brain cells. And so the only way to diagnose it in today's world is to have the patient be dead. And what CTE is exactly is it's a protein that forms from the brain trauma, and this protein is called tau, and it kills the brain cells, and that causes the brain to shrink and a lot of really bad symptoms. But so who is most at risk? So most commonly, football players are known to develop CTE due to the violent aspect of the sport that they play and participate in. And I know that the football players in here today can attest to just how violent and um, punish how much punishment that they go through while playing their sport, especially at a collegiate level on up to professional. And it's brutal how long the seasons are, constantly being hit, succumbing to really big hits and stuff. And CTE has also been seen in military veterans, boxers, and sadly, even those who are victims of domestic abuse, because their abuser is just constantly hitting them on a daily basis and stuff. That they can be at risk of developing CTE. And so, what are the symptoms? The symptoms of CTE most commonly are impulsive behavior, irritability, some short-term memory problems, dementia, suicidal thoughts and tendencies, emotional instability. It can even lead to schizophrenia, paranoia, impaired judgment, slurred speech, a higher chance of being dependent on drugs, and trouble concentrating, really bad cognitive functions that normal everyday people can handle and do. They can't. People with CTE aren't able to, and it's a really really bad disease. And one example of that is the story of Justin Strelzik. So Justin Strelzik was a former offensive tackle who played on the Pittsburgh Steelers for 9 seasons from the years 1990 to 1998, and his story ends in a very tragic way. The final moments of his life were very, very violent, and he was thrown into a fit of rage due to his suffering from CTE. And to best show you this, I have a dramatization from the Concussion movie that has a very accurate dramatization of the final moments of his life.
Look at me! Telling me to kill you! Telling me to kill you! Get out! Get out! Get out!
And so there at the end, it even shows the actual dash cam footage from this horrible incident that ended in Justin losing his life and innocent other innocent civilians losing their life because of CTE. And so this is a very bad disease that hasn't had a lot of light shed on it, and I feel like there should be a lot more research and funding that should be put towards this, because myself being a football player of 10 years and hopefully longer, um, I want there to be more options on how to prevent and deal with CTE after the game is over. And here are my sources. Thank you.